one you just did.
I just did it right now. Should be live. We should be working. Hopefully everybody can find us now. It's still doing things, but we'll see.
Yes, we're live.
Trust me, guys. Of course, no one's here, but it's not us. It's YouTube. Something to do with YouTube.
Okay, now it says live.
Okay, Randy D is here. Are you on our control panel?
I have to switch back from economic refugees to me. Okay, now I'm back on.
There's 3 on.
Me, probably Randy. And
if you're here for the 5th time, let us know if you can see us and hear us. Some kind of something not working right at YouTube, and it was
what? Hey, Jason.
What?
Jason just popped on. Randy, Chris.
Yeah.
And Jason and me.
Yeah. Well, there's 7 on right now, so sorry about this, guys. I'm telling you, there's Steve Moran. Hey, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Ron's back. All right.
How about John?
John Combs?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's one of those troopers. He'll hang out on a dead channel.
He'll hang out on a dead channel.
Anyway, yeah, I keep going on earlier and earlier because I keep having all these problems. And tonight everything was working perfect. Everything looked just right. And then when I hit go live, it just went, and she had looked on our little control panel, and there was like what, 8 lives going at the same time. So she had to shut all those down, clear them out, and I had to restart again. So anyway, that's it, you guys. We'll see you next time.
Hey, Hearth and Home. Welcome to Boise.
Yeah.
Welcome, Boise.
So anyway, it's been pretty crazy. You know who DDK is, Randy? That's who DDK is. So anyway, I think Ron Silva, you're here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good deal.
2 eggs, 1 basket RV. Had a good ride up the mountain. Okay. So you guys ended up going anyway. All right.
Yeah, I kind of wished I had gone. Actually, I was thinking about it after the fact. But
I'm proud of you, Amanda.
I thought we were going to do something towards the house, and we didn't. So. But anyway, maybe tomorrow.
I got stuff done. I just have to clear out.
Yeah. Well, we did a little bit, but we didn't do much.
Hey, Lewis.
Louie and Barbara. Yeah, so.
I think John just said, you know what? Forget it. I know.
Did he?
I don't know. Can't get him on text either.
Well, you'll probably find us. And then.
Hey, Admiral, how are you? Welcome again.
Always tell Darla every time we go to what?
I mean, I just jumped on his bike with him.
Oh, really?
That's good. That's good.
Trey's here.
So proud of you, Amanda.
Every time I go to start these lives, I think of, I don't know how many of you remember Ron Darrell Adventures, but I think of my old buddy Ron. Hello, Leo.
He passed away.
Yeah, he passed away.
Hi, Trey. Hi, Wendy.
We're still in Michigan, leaving for Florida in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's pretty hot in Florida right now.
We're still in Arkansas and staying in Arkansas. Yeah. We left for a while and we're back. Trying to get our house going, which has been quite a process. I guess I should let them know, huh?
Well, that's what that's what I said in the thing.
So,
to let them know we're going to go live tonight.
Anyway, kind of my plan, RVing with the Bandit. Do you work on security gates anymore? We have not been. And let me answer this. And someone contacted me about it, about Guard 1, and The only thing we're doing anymore is the fireworks for multiple reasons, but for the main reasons because we're building a house and we're just getting too darn old to be out like that for long periods of time. So
we would probably consider doing it for like a month, but man, more than that, it's a lot.
And
I know we're in our 50s, but we're not.
Anyway, Guard One was who we were promoting, and we kind of got released by them this last year from doing promotions for them. Ah, John found us. Booyah.
Hi, honey.
So anyway, we're just kind of we're in neutral mode on that. There are a lot of companies down there, and what? Are we buffering or can you see it? Oh, we're back. Anyway, we're what's wrong? It's not buffering.
That's why I put it there. It's buffering on my leg.
Anyway,
we're not recommending any gate.
Yeah, we're not. But there's a lot of good companies.
Yeah.
So you just kind of have to. The company Guard One that we were working for got to the point though, and I probably shouldn't say anything negative about anybody, but they weren't paying the top rates. They weren't. So
but if you check into guard companies, you'll find that. Anyway,
so if you contact Guard One and you tell them, hey, I want a higher rate, they might pay you a higher rate. So
can't hurt to ask.
Doesn't ever hurt to ask. But as far as we're concerned right now, I think we're pretty much off the road on everything except for doing fireworks. Right. So
Chris says love fall color change in Michigan. We haven't been there in the fall.
Oh yeah?
I imagine it's pretty though.
We're starting to get leaves falling here.
Yeah.
It's like the summer. Usually,
I know it's really hot, but I really like the spring and the summer the best. I don't like cold weather.
Well, I like spring and I like fall. Summer is. I'll probably enjoy it more when we have the house.
Probably.
And,
Chris also said 5 by 5 on my side.
Yeah. I don't know.
That was a few minutes ago, so I'm sure we moved on from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
So anyway, did you want me to talk about the house?
We did. Yeah, do that.
So the plan was when we got back here was to get an electrician and get started on the electrical. And we've had an issue around here. I'm going to tell you one thing about Arkansas. Great place to live, very difficult to get anything done. I would not suggest building a house here. So luckily for us, we know a lot of people and we have options. But
luckily for us, we know a lot of awesome people.
Yeah. And one of the problems here is I had a couple of guys that weren't sure whether they could wire this house. It's only 960 square feet. And then I had another guy said, yeah, it's no big deal. It's just going to cost you $13,000. And I just could not figure out. And I was getting to pay for wire and I'm supplying all the lights and supplying all this stuff. And this guy's not going to. And then he's not even going to be here. And the worst part about it is my brother had him do his house, and there were some issues. And it was kind of like it was my brother's fault that there were issues. So I trust
his contractor.
I trust my brother 100%. So if my brother says something, hey, you know what? And I guess there's kind of a saying in Arkansas that when you come to Arkansas, the money that you bring with you is everybody's money around here. And the money that you make here is what you get to keep. And usually people that come here don't make any money, so they leave with nothing. So, I'll tell you what, there are some really good guys around here. We met a couple of guys, and Scotty did great on the house, building it. But he was one of the ones that wasn't sure about wiring. And as most of you know by now, there is no permits. There's no inspections. There's none of that stuff. And the attitude here is if you build a house and it falls on you or catches fire and burns up, it's your fault, not everybody else's fault. So you take responsibility when you build something to make sure that you get the right people or do it yourself. Yeah, I hear that just as bad, Chris. But so anyway, I think a lot of you guys know the Tigner's Adventures. They're easy on here. Dave, after last week's live, contacted me and said, "Hey, I'll come wire your house for you." So they're going to come. We have to wait a while. It's going to be in December, but he's also can do mini splits. So this week, hey Zach, all right, how you guys? Anyway, I went online and got the number for Senville mini splits. I was looking into Mr. Cool. Mr. Cools were running about, for the one I want, was about $5,500, plus there were extras. So, Iron, what is that? Or Conrad?
Never mind.
Okay. He's got a number one.
I know.
Anyway, I went down that rabbit hole a little bit and finally called them, and I've got a 4-head unit, and it's got one 16-inch line or 16-foot line, two 25s and a 50, and I got the mounting bracket and I got everything for under $3,500, including ship here. So we're going to order that this week. They were waiting on two 25-foot lines. There's Mount Laurel. Hey. So, and there's John Combs. Hey, Mountain. And so that's exciting. So now Dave is going to wire it. And he's pretty awesome at it. He also does mini splits. So we're going to do that. And he's going to come here and spend like 2 weeks with us, and we're going to do the house. And he's going to save us a bunch of money. And I know he's going to do a better job than anyone around here at this point. So I'll probably get Scotty back over here to do some other stuff. It's going to probably have him do the chevron style tongue and groove roof ceiling inside, and then some other stuff we're going to need done. I'm going to have him do. And I've got an installation guy. I think basically we can get to the point that right after the first of the year we're hanging drywall.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and maybe by the time we get back from summer job, we can just finish. We might even be able to do the floors. We'll see. So Zach said he misses his Colty. Yeah, firework people. Yeah, he's a pretty good kid. We miss him too. I like giving him a hard time. Zach lives behind the fireworks store, like in the neighborhood behind it. So glad to hear he's helping you guys out. Yeah, well, basically, the wiring was going to wipe us out. That would have been all we got done this year. So I didn't want to, when you're an RVer and you're traveling on the road, you have to have bank. You can't, if you leave your house with $1,000 in your pocket and have a breakdown, you're done. So we have to keep a certain amount of money back, which we've always kept separately. And I would have had to dig into that. And then if we had any problems with a 30-year-old motorhome, it could have been really drastic. So we're not going to do that. So if you're watching this, Dave and Ninette, thank you guys. We really appreciate it.
Oh, Colt says he misses the fireworks.
Yeah.
Cute. We miss him too.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Great little kid. Let's see. Do they buy back your leftover fireworks inventory? You don't buy any inventory. You just strictly, everything is supplied. All you do is deal with the customers. That's what you do. RVing with Bandit. What do you normally do? Rob people that work at RVs or at fireworks stores? Bandit, the Bandit. Yeah. So anyway, I'm pretty excited about that. I'm ready to. We've been getting it kind of organized. I'm going to go ahead and finish. I think I can finish up the plumbing because I want kind of like I did in the motor here home here. I kind of put in my own. What do they call that? Where you can control where all the water goes and all that manifold. I'm going to build a manifold, and Ron Silva on here kicked me down a whole bunch of that stuff. So I think I got enough to do it.
Yes, Zach, you'll see us next year.
Oh, Bandit is my dog.
Oh, cute. Cute. Dark fur around his eyes. Looks like a mask.
Yeah, we're coming back next year, Zach. It's the only job that we're gonna be doing anymore, just because it's with my health. Of course, now Darla's falling apart too. What's going on? I don't get it.
Well, this is the same thing I've had
Yeah.
all the time.
So, and we're getting in the. I'm going to have another birthday here in 2 weeks, and then next year, Darla and I will both be in our 70s. So.
I don't know when that happens. But...
It will be. We kind of hope to be retired a lot sooner than this, and we kind of were when we first went off on the RV. It was a lot like being retired, but we were still working, like 7 years.
We were semi-retired.
And hey, how you doing, Lily Hitchhiker Cat?
Hey, Cat.
Anyway, no regrets on the RV lifestyle. There's been some tough times.
Hi, Rosebud.
Yeah, there's Rosebud. I was a little late. We were too. Anyway, no regrets on the full-time RV lifestyle. It is getting a little bit more difficult, and I don't know. We haven't really been. We used to always have Work Camper News.
Yeah, we had a subscription.
And we kept a subscription on that. There's a couple of tricks with that. If anyone wants to know what the tricks are, you basically just go in and re-up your resume every once in a while, and that puts you kind of in everybody's face. You know, what day is your birthday? It's August 18th. Don't tell anybody.
You want the world to know.
Yeah, I like gifts.
He loves birthdays.
This year I'm accepting lumber and wiring and motorcycle parts. So.
Chris said each birthday is another year of success. The alternative, no more birthdays.
Well, technically you only have one birthday, the day you're born. And they say if you live your life like that, you live longer. I blew that already.
My most favoriteest uncle, every time I had a birthday, if I was turning 35, he'd call me up. Instead of saying happy birthday, he'd say, how does it feel to be living your 36th year of life? Somehow that just really, like, I just turned 35. Come on.
Well, so far, my son's birthday was August 1st, and my daughter-in-law, his wife, is today. And then we had a doggy, Mac, which some of you know, is tomorrow. So, and then mine's the 18th. And then we start, from now on, there's
well, and his brothers just went through a whole birthdays in July.
The end of July.
They throw KG in July also.
KG was the end after my brother. So the birthday thing is like rocking right now. So.
His birthday was in July.
Yeah. And we
there is a motorcycle theft on your birthday. Really?
Oh yeah.
Happy Sunday, everyone. Bill, do you understand electricity enough to supervise? Do you have a local high school with a vocational program? Grad students work cheap. Hi, Tim, by the way.
Well, we got. You must have just came on.
Ron's just the 19th.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's younger.
I didn't know that.
He's a youngster. Actually, we have a really awesome guy who's an electrician, and he does solar. He does everything. He does solar on RVs and the whole thing. So he's coming here, and he's going to spend a couple of weeks, and him and I are going to do it. So
RVing with Bandit said I haven't had a birthday in years.
well, it's probably better, you know.
That is a good idea, though. I will say, Tim, as Chris commented, that is a good idea. But
to do the school,
maybe the vocational, but we don't have that here.
Yeah, we don't even have a high school around here.
Well, we do.
Yeah, one in
the
Mena.
Kids are like bus. No, there's one in Mena, but there's also Costa.
Yeah, but they're both about the same distance. Yeah. And really, the kids around here are.
John says I'm still young. Whatever, John.
Yeah.
John's a year and 6 days younger than me.
You're just immature, John. You're not young.
A year and 4 days. You're just immature. I can hear Patty right now.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah. Laughing.
Uh-huh. Thanks, Tim.
Yeah, thank you.
Reminding people to give us a thumbs up. We appreciate those.
Yeah, gets us out there. And you know what's funny is last week I was thinking everyone for 5,500, and then we went down to 5,496 again. But now we're back over 5,500. It's this YouTube thing. I'll tell you what, it's a roller coaster ride.
RV with Bandit said what kind of motorcycle?
I have a right now. I have an 04 Softail Harley, carbureted.
John says, "Wow."
Oh, come on, John. I can tease you. Yeah. Sturgis is going. I've been watching everything on Sturgis. What's weird is we've been to Sturgis a couple times, but we never went during Bike Week because when I had the motorcycle shop, when Sturgis would come, everybody would take off, and when everybody left, it was no sense to stay in the shop because everybody was gone. So we would lock up the shop, and we had a Bush Tech trailer we pulled behind our bike, and we would load up and we'd go somewhere else. We like go to Colorado.
We didn't go where they were going
because I didn't want to work on bikes all the way there and all the way back. And I would ride with my personal customers. I never had a problem with that because I would know if they weren't good, you know, if their bikes weren't good. But they would always bring somebody that I never touched their bike, don't know them from nothing. And you can't even get out of the parking lot without their bike breaking down. And then it was like I would have to nurse somebody's bike all the way there, and then they want to make sure they get to go back with us so I can work on their bike all the way home. And I just got old.
Bandit said I have an 03 Softail Carb Heritage Springer.
Oh yeah, boy, that's the one. I had a '89 Springer Softail I bought, brand new. I rode that bike for 16 years, and it was an awesome bike. I loved it. And I've had a couple of panheads and shovels and stuff, but that Springer was really nice. And I bought a 04 Road Glide, and that's what we rode for like 6 years. Sold it in 2010.
Yeah.
And that's what we used to travel on. But the drawback to the Road Glide was to get it out and jump on it to go to the store and get something or just buzz around. It was just too big of a hassle to do. And that Springer, man, I could run and jump on that thing, and it was running, and we were out the door, you know.
They still have milky water.
Yeah.
Something's not right.
Just let it run all night.
They pay a water bill.
Well, just call the water company and say I got murky water. Yeah. So this little old there was a guy, he had it up for sale on Facebook for $5,000, and when I saw it for sale, he had it the $5,000 scratched out and had it for $3,000. So I contacted him and I said, "Would you take 2?" And and he got all indignant with me. I wouldn't sell it for $2,000. You're out of your mind. That's a nice bike. I'm giving it away for $3,000. So I didn't say anything. So then a couple hours later, well, I might take $2,500. So I didn't say anything again. I let it go overnight. And then the next morning I texted, texted him again. I guess, well, no, it was like messaged him anyway. Anyway, I said, hey, I'm sitting here. I got $2,000 cash. I got my trailer hooked up. Am I coming to get your bike or someone else's? And he said, all right, come and get it. Maybe. I said, well, are you going to sell it to me or not? I'm not going to drive to Oklahoma to get it. He said, yeah, come and get it. So I went and bought it for $2,000. But it had an alarm on it. It had some electrical issues. And I took it all off. Huh?
That's putting it mildly.
Yeah. So I took all that off. And I got turn signal flashers again. I don't have that TSSM. I wired the bike like an older bike, basically, with the electronic, with the electronic ignition and all that. So it runs great. But whoever been working on the bike had no clue on how to work on a bike. They had changed the front tire, and when they put it back together, they put the spacers on the wrong side. So the long spacer was on the right side, or if you're sitting in the saddle, and the short spacer was on the left side. It was supposed to be the other way around, so it was burning up the brakes and warped the rotor and just stupid stuff like that. So it's fixed now. I used to have a 98 Heritage Springer with the last year of the Evo engine, which I didn't sell it, and still had it. I kept the 03 with the twin cam. Yeah, well, I sold my Springer Softail for more than I paid for it.
Hey, Mark. Did you say hi to Mark?
Where's Mark?
I'm here finally.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, hey, Mark. Hey, what we ought to do is get Jason and everybody, and we all go to Sturgis next year.
Yeah, you should do that.
Yeah, just go and spend like 3 days. They need some help up there. Too many old guys.
I used to have a 91 Heritage Springer with the last year of the Evo engine.
98, yeah. 98.
Oh, yeah, 98.
Yeah, that was a good year. They had that Evo motor worked out really, really good when they went to the twin cam. And of course, I'll tell you what, that twin cam motor is pretty darn smooth. That B motor, I like that motor. As long as you don't over rev them.
Francis, let me know I'm in.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's what I'm thinking. I was thinking maybe that would give guys like Mark and me incentive to get.
That's sure, why not too?
Get ready to go, and I'm gonna build me a driver's backrest again for my bike. I should have brought that picture and showed her. But some of you guys have been riding for a long time, have seen that. I built driver's backrests for Softails, and we sold what, I don't know, probably 1,000 or more of them things. We were selling them for a long time. But I had so much problem with the guy that was bending the steel for me, was drunk by 10 o'clock in the morning. I was getting all this stuff like this, and then my chromer, he was a drug addict, and he was selling my stuff. And I finally, I told her, I go, the people that are making all the money are the chrome shop and the guy bending my steel, because he was scrapping the steel. So, but I got design, because the twin cam bikes, the newer bikes, are a little different. So I don't think I'd ride without a backrest anymore. Yeah, and it's hard for me. It's going to look a little funny, but the first one I made, everybody said, that is really weird looking. It's kind of ugly. And I said, well, sit on it. Well, if you made some more, I'd buy one. And that's how it started, huh?
Yep.
I think I made like a 15 or 20 of them. Got them all chromed and everything, and they were gone like the first day. And then I had Harley dealers calling. I had everybody. We had an ad in the back of Easy Rider. In fact, anybody that's got a 91 or know, around say 93, I think, 93 or 94, Easy Rider magazine. I'd love to get one because in the back, in the general store back there, was a picture of my bike, and it said BSD Enterprises. I gave all my Easy Riders away. I mean, I had them from 1972, the very first one. I had like 2 or 3 of them still in the plastic, and I gave it to a friend of mine because we had nowhere to put them, and I didn't want to keep them in a storage. And I'm sure he sold it all.
Jason says he'll bring the tent.
He'll bring. I'm not sleeping in a tent with you. You probably snore. You need to get a motel somewhere.
I have a truck with a back seat on it that I can mount where the passenger seat goes. It's a quick disconnect. Problem is swinging your leg over is harder. Yeah.
Yeah, I just step into mine. I do that anyway.
John, I think you are a top fan. Yeah, the leg over the back is a challenge. Hey, Patty.
You missed that I insulted your husband. Anyway. But he's used to it. He's still smiling, see?
He's a top fan.
Yes, yeah. He's a number 1. Yeah, you don't want to be number 2. You want to be number 1. So anyway, yeah, if you guys are interested in
number 2.
If you guys are interested truly in doing any of that, and if you need to get your bike checked over before we go, you can always ride here and I'll fix it.
Daddy said she was sitting there next to him when you said that.
Oh, were you? Yeah, so I don't know whether, I mean, we're in Arkansas. We could meet up somewhere in the middle of the country, but depends on where you're coming from.
Mellow Cat, it says you're number 3. I don't know. I think the more comments you make, the higher your number.
And the more money you send in.
I'd like to head back out to Sturgis to stay in the Black Hills for a few weeks, but since Hurricane Helene, planning a road trip to West is a wait and see for right now. Yeah, I get that. You guys have your hands full.
Well, this year's out already. It's already started.
Mellow Cat's been demoted.
And you know, she's been demoted.
Yeah.
My idea would be to maybe go a few days early and stay till like the middle, and then leave during the middle, and then that way you're not in the swarm of bees getting there, and you kind of catch the beginning of everything, and then after a while it just turns into chaos, and you get out of there before it gets too wild.
1,200 miles from here, Jason.
Yeah, right about it.
RV Bandwagon said rebuilding a big wheel style granny scooter into a theme park Harley to cruise epic universe.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, 1,200 miles. That's a 3-day ride, 3 or 4.
I'm still in the top 10, meaning 10.
The thing is that as long as you don't have breakdowns, you know. I worked on my bike all year long to take those. We used to do 5,000 miles. That was always my end game. When we got back home, we had done 5,000 miles on our trip, but we were by ourselves, and we camped every single night. We pulled that trailer, and we had a tent and an air mattress and a double sleeping bag, 2 ice chests, a stove, a barbecue, tools, a dog. We had everything. And when we left, that trailer weighed about almost 500 pounds, and then the bike weighing like 900. And then put us on there, man. That was a heavy machine, but it ran great. That was a great bike. That was the Road Glide. It was a great bike too. I've never had a bad Harley, really. My Panhead, I love my Panhead. Just that bike too. So anyway.
But you have a bike now.
Yeah. I'm just I haven't rode it long enough to know.
Yeah.
how good it is.
I'm not sure how far it is for me, but I imagine it's a lot farther than 1,200 miles.
What you could do, Ron, is you could jump in your motorhome and bring your bike and come park here, and Lisa could stay here with Darla, and then we could go from here. And Jason and Amanda would go. Well, Jason, I don't know if Amanda would want to go.
Amanda said that we could ride in the truck and follow you.
Why are we being punished? Well, you could, and they got
Did you hear what they said?
Yeah, and you got a trailer.
Lisa, Amanda.
You guys got that trailer, so you could, when Ron gets tired, we could just load his bike in the trailer.
When Ron gets
When we get the Sturgis, he could just roll it out.
Hey Terry, hey Wes, how you guys doing?
There they are.
Mark said, I always wanted to get one of those pop-up tent trailers that you pull behind the bike.
Yeah, I had a couple of buddies that had those, but they're
you can't carry anything else with them.
Yeah, you can't carry anything else with them. There's not a lot of room in them, and then they're wimbly wambly and wobbly. A tent, when you put it on the ground, it doesn't wobble. We had that. What was that? A copper canyon tent, and it had like 7-foot walls, and they were straight up, and it folded way down real nice and bitchin'. And I'll tell you what, man, we went through some really hardcore weather in that tent.
RD was down and said you must have never owned an AMF.
What? I've never
Harley. No, you said you never had a Harley you didn't like. A bad Harley.
You know what? The AMFs, problem with them was they were just too quickly assembled. If you took them apart, put them back together. I worked on tons of AMFs.
John said a bowling ball Harley Bandit?
That's an AMF. That's remember AMF bowling balls? Yeah. They owned Harley Davidson.
I know.
In the 70s. Yeah. There's Scarlett. Oops, late. Sorry.
Hey, Scarlett.
Okay, right. Sorry, I'm late 3,000 times on the chalkboard.
I don't think I hold that much stuff in my motor.
Yeah, but you know what? Let me see who can. No one's on here anymore, but we would let people go with us on certain trips. When we did that 5,000-mile trip, it was her, me, and the dog, and all our stuff. And if people were bugging about going, we tell them, yeah, we're leaving Thursday morning. Be here early, and we leave on Tuesday. And they would be so mad, but
they'd still go on the trip
by themselves. I tell them, I'd say, you know what, I don't want to work on your bike. I just want to go and ride. If people drive like crazy.
Hi, Jane. I haven't seen you on here for so long. Hi.
She's mad at you.
She really is.
But
might have to get the Cadillac of motorcycles. Terry.
Who said that?
Jason.
Jason?
Things in Arkansas are nice. It's been cooling down a little bit, so it's nice.
There's these guys. He's a YouTuber, Thrashin', and he's been running his videos of his trip with his buddies last year, the Sturgis, and the newest bike, I think, was a 2005. You had to have a 2005 or older. And there was one bike, 59, had shovel top on it.
I did.
And he's the only guy that actually had a lot of problems.
Vince Simmons.
Yep. How you doing, Ben?
You in a while either. Liza Jane, I'm not mad at Darla. Let's watch your video. When we do head back out west, we'll probably head on out to the Pacific Northwest and roam around out there for a while. Mountain Laurel said.
Yeah.
It's pretty there.
Yeah. The West is a little crazy right now. Wait and see what happens here through
Carla
fall.
says, sorry I'm late 3,000 times. There it is.
Okay. You're done. That was quick, too. Believe me, when I was a kid, I spent a lot of time writing on the board. And on paper.
I will not.
Yeah.
Be a good kid.
I got spanked with wood and everything else.
Well, back in the corporal punishment days.
Wait before I go to the West Coast for a little bit, give it a month or two. I would give it even longer than that. Who knows? Everything's getting ready to happen. Everybody put your seatbelts on. But I'm not going there because Jason will mute me. Jason was on a wild. He was. You see, his rotor bolts were all rusty.
Oh.
I have one set that aren't rusty. If you know what we could do, just take those off and
Buff them out.
put them on my. I got a buffing wheel and buff them out.
Yep.
Get the hat out.
Scarlet, absolutely. Get the hat out.
Yeah. But anyway, as you can probably tell, there's a lot going on in our lives, and I'm planning for next year already too. So hopefully, when we get back, of course, that's going to be weird, huh?
What?
Well, if we get back from 4th of July, and then we get the house done, I'm going to get on the bike and leave. But I guess that won't be bad, huh? You wouldn't care, would you? Would you think I'd come back, or would you?
Oh, you'd come back after all the headaches this house has been. You'd come back.
Most of you know I got issues with my left leg, so.
Well, I drove through a lot of rain. Jason said we usually leave here the first week of September, heading west. It's starting to cool down.
All you really need as far as gear is a rain suit.
I'm excited about your layout for the house. Sounds pretty cool, and it's going to work out just great.
Yeah, I hope
From
so.
your lips to God's ears.
Yeah.
Scarlet.
Well, thank you, Dave and Ninette.
Yeah.
Amazing people.
Tigner Adventures, by the way, check them out. They go to pretty cool places.
Yeah. If you're not subscribed to them, subscribe to them. We need to give them a turbo boost.
Beautiful places they go. Really, really. I like where they've been this year, especially.
He got his engine back, and he just did videos on engine and transmission. He managed to tow his car. I don't know how far with it in gear, a manual, and fried it, man.
Amanda says, "Can I get an amen?" I mean, I think she was talking about getting the house done.
Yeah.
How many Chicken Express runs left? At least 2, maybe 3.
Yeah. A little bit disappointed in 2 trips recently. The one in Hot Springs.
Jason, amen.
We went to, and the chicken was very small, and they only gave me 4, and they usually will give me 5, and they're big, you know.
Because cage.
And then the new one over here, the same thing happened. And they gave me 5, but they were small. It's usually it's like they take a chicken breast and cut it in half and wrap it, in the batter and in the fryer, and you get a nice, awesome piece of meat.
Mark said, "Well, I'll tell you what, riding through South Dakota on I-90 at rally time is like nonstop race. Speed limit's 80, and everybody's doing at least 10 an hour over." Yeah.
Well, they're gonna buzz me, so.
Or blow you over.
Kind of have to stay off the big roads. Just do 2 lanes.
Laurel says they've been wanting to head up to Maine and get on US 2, then head to the PNW. I don't ride on interstates anymore.
Yeah, I prefer to just ride on small roads. Because
especially when you're riding a bike, you just want to see.
Well, if you're with a pack, it's different.
Yeah.
If you got 8 or 10 guys, and you're riding 70 miles an hour, nobody's going to really mess with you. But if it's 1 or 2 guys, and you got everybody blowing at 90 miles an hour, it's going to be hazardous. So. Yeah. We rode one time with the Vietnam vets, and there was, what do you think, how many guys do you think there were that day? Probably
30 or 40.
Was there that many? And we weren't club members. We were guests, and we were riding
back.
towards the back, and the sergeant, this means tighten it up. You know, they want you handlebar to handlebar and wheel to wheel. I don't ride like that.
They put their hand down by the tailpipe and they do that.
Yeah, they put it down by their side, and they do that. And then, you know, this is the cops, and they got
signals for
you've ever rode in the pack, you know all that stuff.
They're crazy.
But anyway, we were riding down the Interstate 10 in California, dodging cones and hubcaps and wheel tires that blew up and trash and running at about 85 miles an hour. Man, it was crazy.
Ridiculous.
And she's like on the back. I could just feel her just.
We got to the function, stayed for a little bit, and then he goes, "You wanted to leave before they do?" And I'm like, "Yes, let's go." So I
told him, I said, "We're going to take off." They go, "Hang out for about 10 minutes. We're leaving." I said, "Okay." We got on the bike and left. I like, you know what? I like riding with guys that think like I do, because I just don't want to get smushed. Let's see, Chris, long ago, the speed limit in South Dakota or Montana was reasonable and prudent. So, of course, I drove unreasonable and not so prudent at 110 miles an hour for hours. I knew it would not last. Yeah. I remember when the speed limit was 55 everywhere.
Heck no, I want my space. Got that right when riding.
Yeah.
So California traffic this past week took a toll on my nerves. I bet we could be driving at 70 plus and cars were flying past us like we were standing still. I don't miss that part of California.
Yeah.
God said that was Montana where the speed limit was.
Well, I'll tell you what we have here. We have what they call Texans. And the speed limit everywhere here is 55 miles an hour. And you get a Texan come up behind you. The way you know is they don't have a front license plate. Or no, they're supposed to have a front license plate. That's right. We don't have to.
Right.
And you see their little white plate. And here they come. And they're not going to slow down. They're going to run into the back of you. And it just really
rude.
Really,
it's very rude.
Really gets to me. So I'll just pull over and let them go by.
Jerry said my brain every time I hear someone mention Vietnam or Vietnam vets. Yeah. They're cuckoo. A lot of them. They get on a bike and it's like, "Hey, I survived Nam. I'm okay." And I don't know.
Good morning, Vietnam.
Yeah.
Terry's having a flashback or something.
Vietnam.
Took too much LSD over there or something.
Bill, you remember 70, then 55, and now whatever.
Well, it used to be like on I-15, it was whatever was safe. At night, I think they would hold you to like 75 miles an hour. But during the day, it could go as fast as what they considered safe. Cops would pass you doing 100 miles an hour, you know.
The body could get squished in California. Geez, got that right. Thanks, John. I remember just laughing at that speed limit and stopped to take a picture of the sign.
Yeah.
This is not a test. This is
rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Yeah. Good morning, Vietnam.
Yeah. Anyway, I gotta do some more riding on that bike before I would do that trip, though, because I haven't rode it that much. I bet you I've only rode it maybe 60 or 70 miles.
For dramatic effect, and then when I had them posted the first part, so I had to go back and post the second part. So they got you. Just a little napalm in the morning.
There you go.
Or Agent Orange. How about that? Here we go.
How about a little CCR, Run Through the Jungle? Huh. Yeah. Teenage Wasteland, all the old songs, man.
You need to go to Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue, Mark says.
Yeah, you gonna fire up and go with us, Mark?
Terry said you could tell Wes was the one typing the keyboard, right? Chris said, "Love CCR." That's the plan, Mark. Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue.
You have something that will make the trip, right? Yeah, we'll see.
I want to.
I call that incentive. I bought that bike to give me incentive to get good enough to go do fireworks, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And it did. So, you know, we're just gonna go as geezer glides. You know what I mean? And Jason can go out front.
It's in October. The one Mark's talking about. Bikes, blues, and barbecue.
I think in the next week or two, there's that car show in Mina. We're gonna have to go to that. Huh?
You said it was in Jerk.
That was this weekend. The one here in Mina's been going on for 50-some years, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, we lived during the best times. I'm sad that our kids will never get to experience what we did. But then again, I'm glad to don't know if they could survive it.
Well, you know what?
That's right. Rodeo's next weekend.
Luckily for us, I got my son a Harley. I got him. He was born in '82, and I bought him an '82 Sportster Roadster 1000 with 1,600 original miles on it, and it'd been sitting for a long time. We got it running and chained and painted.
You rode behind it. Your skin was so silky soft from all the oil and spray.
It would leak out of those little rocker screws up there on the top of the shovel head.
It's like a raccoon.
But he always wanted to pull out front, be the leader of the pack, and I told him, if you're running with Evos, kid, you need to take it easy with the Sportster. The shovel head Sportster.
Agent Orange did a lot of damage.
Still doing damage. Yeah, but I used to work on K-Chapter Vietnam vets bikes, and them guys, they were dying all the time. It's pretty sad. Yeah, our government doesn't have a lot of respect for our military people.
Mark 2002 Harley Davidson Ultra Classic Firefighter Special.
So it's red.
It's red.
And then the people think the black bikes are cop bikes, but they're not. The cop bikes are like that two-tone blue. What? That was an actual police bike.
Yeah.
And it had the flashing lights, the red lights, and we took those out. I said, I'm going to just make them fog lights. He goes, Dad, I want them to blink like that. So I ended up getting like 2 or 3 relays, and he could either have them where they were on all the time, or he could make them where they would still blink, because he'd like someone get in front of him, slow down, he flipped it on so it would blink and they'd get over it.
We didn't care then, though, because he was a married man responsible for his own ticket.
Yeah. Went out to Black Canyon.
So the Gunnison in Colorado. No, we have not. We may have taken a drive through there when we worked in Ouray, Colorado, one year, but not on the bike. Fun fact, me and Dad have been binge watching the Rambo series the last couple of nights.
Yeah, I lived it.
Rambo 1 was good.
I liked, what was that one? First Blood. That was a good one. Where he blew up the town. I took First Blood. My buddy just got out of the hospital. Young girl hit him going 70 in a 55 zone. Took half of his leg off. Lucky he's alive. Yeah. Yeah, you got to be.
That happened a few weeks ago. I remember you saying that.
Yeah, it's
It's dangerous. That's what I tell Bill. I worry less about his ability to stay on that bike and more about other people looking right at you and pulling out in front of you.
Well,
they do it.
Once I'm riding, I feel good about things. It's when I'm stopped, it's when I get nervous. Are we, no, we're not. It's stopped. I think it's just you. Move the phone.
No, I picked it up because it was doing that. And I got a commercial.
That's what it was, setting you up for a commercial. It's only got to go 5 more minutes. There. I fixed it. She's got it. It's buffering.
We rode down to Mountain Home. That was a fun ride.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine leaving from here to go to Sturgis would be a really, there's a lot of cool little roads you could take north from here. So go up like through Joplin up that way.
Hey, Darla, I mentioned Rambo because you're meant to Vietnam and film first one, yes, but part 1 or part 2.
I don't know.
Yeah, prayers, like what Scarlett said, for healing for your friend, Ron.
We had a guy in the high desert, and he was riding down a road, and a car started to come out of a gas station that stopped at the last moment, and the guy felt something, and he pulled over and went to put his feet down, and his one leg was tore off from that below the knee.
Wouldn't have to worry about me, Darla, if I saw Bill coming at me on the bike and turn and go the other way.
Well, I ride pretty safe and pretty sane now. I plan to keep it that way. And I didn't put the cruise control back on this bike because I want to be aware all the time, you know?
Yeah.
You can get, with those little cruise control knobs, you can get yourself in trouble. Wouldn't have to worry about, oh, wait, okay, you just read that. Yeah.
Part to fall off.
Yeah.
And
it's time for us to fall off too. But appreciate all you guys for showing up tonight
and trying to find us again
and hanging with us, because I'm telling you, Screw Tube is a mess. So
hope you guys have a great week, and good to see you.
Yeah, and Chris, if you're still on here, go on to my Facebook page, Bill McLean, and send me a friend request, and we'll talk about the network stuff. Okay? If you want any advice, just let me know. I'm letting you know right now. So I've been thinking about that the whole night. So just go ahead and Bill McLean on Facebook. And what's your last name, Chris?
I don't do Facebook. I can talk email or phone. So Chris, it's economicrefugeesrv@gmail.com.
Yeah.
That's email. That's probably the best thing to do, because I'll get.
Yeah, and then then she will give you my personal.
Yeah.
Or give you my phone number, and then we can just talk that way. Okay. I just don't. I personally wouldn't freak me out to give my number out to you guys on here, but there's people
that. We don't know
that.
who's in the shadows.
Yeah, we don't know who comes in, because we'll get 150 views on this.
Living a narrow life. Thanks for popping on and saying have a good week. You have one too. All y'all.
Yeah.
Good night, guys.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.